Hello everybody, welcome back to War Thunder. This video is going to be a very short one, but I'm going to have other videos up later today, so don't worry about that. It's taken from the live stream yesterday, and I've muted the sound in the background because it had music going on. But it's going to show you how I managed to kill a Tiger tank whilst using a T-34 1941, which you think is quite strange because a T-34 1941 has a battle rating of about 3.0 around that range, and a Tiger tank is a whole lot damn higher. You'd think that a Tiger tank would maul a tank like mine, and it does. But the thing is, I still won, despite all my shots going into the front armor of the Tiger. None of these shots were into its side, none of them were into its rear. All of them were into the front. Now you might be thinking, well, how the hell did you do that? Well, I'll show you guys how I did it. And I had to improvise because I didn't think that I could actually do such a thing. To give you guys a little bit of perspective of how these tanks are like, the Tiger tank has about 100 millimeters of armor all around on the front, let alone when it's angled. Its effective thickness might be even more than that. A T-34 1941 has shells with the most maximum penetration of about 92 millimeters from 10 meters away. So you'd think that a T-34 1941 would have no chance of taking on a Tiger from the front. Yet this wasn't the case. It was quite surprising. And it's something that I've had to learn whilst leveling up and grinding tanks in War Thunder. Just sometimes you come into situations where you come across a new tank you've never experienced or seen before, and you have to figure out, oh geez, where can I shoot him? What would be the best place? Perhaps I can use previous examples when I've killed other tanks and apply it to this one that I have no idea of what to do. So my first shot was actually quite surprising into the Tiger. I penetrated him in the upper plate when I first seen him, and I damaged his horizontal axes because clearly he wasn't moving. And now he's approaching me fast, and he wants to face hug me, which puts me in a very awkward situation. I can't really hit him anywhere that is vulnerable, like the side or the rear. And so I decide, okay, from previous experience, I know that shooting tanks in the turret ring can do a lot of damage. Now, when you take a look at the Tiger tank in War Thunder, it will show you that the Tiger has about 100 millimeters of thickness at its supposed turret ring, so you'd think you'd have no chance of penetrating. Yet, even though the marker shows red, I still am penetrating. And also, from previous experience, I'm not sure if you guys are going to like this or not, but from previous experience in World of Tanks, I know that I could have done damage by shooting tanks in the cupola. I know it's completely different how the damage system works there, but I tried to apply it to the Tiger tank, and lo and behold, it actually worked. So let's rewind back again on the Tiger approaching me. He's coming in fast and I'm starting to panic. I have no idea what to do. I shoot him in the cupola once. It doesn't do anything. It just says hit, but it doesn't look like any major damage was registered. Now, I say to myself, okay, if I'm not doing any damage to in the cupola, I'll try hitting him in the supposed turret ring. Now, the X-ray isn't completely accurate. As you can see, it looked like only the driver was injured there. However, the next shot you see, no, I did more damage. The horizontal axis was taken out, and apparently 2 crew members were taken out. Now that means there should be just one more guy in there, and he's at the back, and that might be a bit hard for me to take him out. So instead, what I do is I aim up into the cupola. That sprays a whole bunch of fragmentation down into the turret and kills the rest of the crew. So what I want you guys to take away from this video is learning from previous experiences, whether it's in War Thunder or another game, of how to kill a tank, and then applying it to new situations that present you. In my case, it was literally a Tiger hugging me in the face. And knowing from my previous examples of how I've taken out other enemy tanks, I applied it to the Tiger, and it just so happened to work. Another thing that you should also take away is the fact that those color codes of armor penetration that Arcade Battles shows you doesn't always come out to be true. Because it might show red doesn't mean you might not penetrate. You still are able to, although apparently it can be a little bit more on the rare side. As long as the difference isn't absolutely huge, like 300 millimeters on the mantlet or something like that, then you should be absolutely fine. And you can do stuff like shooting into the cupola with the fragmentation, bursting out, killing crew members. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and until the next one, this is Krebs, and I'll catch you guys next time.